Hi guys, it's Luna and welcome back. Yay! Can you tell this is different? This is weird for me. Usually I draw and do speed arts over commentary, but I'm doing a speed art that's making me very uncomfortable. I'm not an affectionate person. That's not really my love language, is like physical touch and like that type of, it's really not. I try because, you know, I have somebody who enjoys that type of stuff. I don't, these aren't real, by the way. I bought them. I'm going through a crisis. It's like a crisis. But the drawing is making me uncomfortable because I'm drawing something that's just outside of my comfort zone. So I'm trying to do the other things that make me uncomfortable and see if like the drawing is easier to do. Anyways, this is me like before I'm going to bed. Like, I just washed my face and you can see this coloration everywhere. I'm breaking out. It's like a bump on my fucking eye. It's like a bump on my fucking eye because I bleached my hair and the bleach got on my skin and it just broke out and I was fucking irritated. There's a bump on my eye. How am I supposed to get rid of that? Like, what am I supposed to do about that? I can't do anything about that. But today we're just gonna be talking about random shit I would talk about normally, but it's like probably like 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, maybe even 3. It's just midnight conversations we're gonna have. We're gonna be talking about specifically how I feel about critiquing children's cartoons. And yeah, I sleep on the floor. I can just put it up on the wall. And don't judge me, I don't want to hear it. You're not my mom. I don't want to hear it from you right now. I said this before, orange juice is good with every meal. If you disagree. Anyways, critiquing cartoons. When it comes to critiquing anything that's made for children or has a child-based audience, it's kind of hard to totally justify the critique of you not just being like a grown-up shitting on a kid's cartoon. And most people use, including me, use the excuse of like, you know, it's a children's cartoon, but kids like care about shit too. We have to consider what kid means and what you're talking about. Obviously, a lot of this banter I see is usually on Twitter, and Twitter is not a great example or a great place to explain yourself. It's really not. And most people really think that they're making points on Twitter. But when it comes to children, you have to kind of categorize and have to, you know, obviously take in consideration what you mean by that. Are we talking about like 15 to 17? Because those types of things I can understand, complex plot and whatnot. But when you're going younger than that, can you really? And obviously nobody's sitting here like critiquing Peppa Pig and what she does with her life, you know. But there are a lot of shows that people take that I'm just like, these aren't even fetus shows. These are like sperm cell shows. Like, people who are watching this are babies, like they're actual babies. Like, it's not like they're fetuses, like how 17-year-olds are fetuses in my opinion, or even 18-year-olds are fetuses in my opinion. These are sperm cells. They have not even technically been born. Like, it's weird kind of to me. And this conversation kind of started up because of Space Jam, and I don't know why, I just want to add a clip to my hair. So most of this started on Twitter about Space Jams, and even I understand the, I guess, counter argument of like, you know, kids care about, you know, complex stories and stuff like that too, and I agree with you. I, as a child, loved shit like that. So I got into anime was because I couldn't relate to these types of like quick toilet humor type things. I couldn't. So I read books, bitch. Like, it's a lot more substance there. There's a story, there's world building, there's so much there's so much world building, all of that type of stuff. There's just so much more structure and story and care put into this than, are you gonna sell product to me later, you know? When most people are making children's shows, it's like, what can I do to really sell this show? What can I do to get to a season 2? What can I do to make laughs and memes and tweets and engagement? And for obvious reasons, by the way, it's like, you know, me making a video, that's not really my point. My point is just to vent out, but that's my secondary thought, is like, okay, how does this reach a larger audience for whatever reasons, whether it's money, whether it's conversation, whether it's feedback, whether it's just you want people to see your work, whatever. And I get that and I understand that. My problem comes, I guess, is that while I understand that even though that's the case, even though I understand why they do that, how can I say this? I feel like I'm rambling on, so I'm not making sense. I understand every point. Even as a person who critiques shows like this, I feel like I should be siding with the critiquers, but I'm just not. Because realistically, they're not thinking about that target audience. They're not thinking about it in the marketing sense. So they're just thinking, oh, this sucks, and either kids like it or people in a younger age range like it, and it's like you kind of have to get a bit more deeper into that. Again, using Space Jam as an example, when it comes to that movie specifically, it's for a younger audience. Yes, there's nostalgia there, so people who are like older, maybe even 17, as young as 17, but like, 24, like my age, like 20. How old am I? That sounds like a dumb question. 2020 fucked up my whole thing when it comes to times. They're looking back on that movie with fondness, yes, but let's be honest. When you have a 9-to-5 job, you're watching Space Jams, yes, your favorite YouTuber, but do you think like a 25-year-old who has a 9-to-5 job is Rain to go watch Space Jam, the new movie? No, they're not the ass trying to be put in the fucking seats. They don't have really time to watch some movie that doesn't even really look interesting to them because it's really not for them. So I get why people might be like, oh, is this a good movie or a bad movie? It's more for, like a nostalgia base for you. The humor is not really made for you. The humor is not really going to relate to you. And to be honest, you do have to take that into consideration when you're critiquing something. Will I really understand this? There's a lot of things, especially when it comes to critiquing, that you have to take into consideration. And I'm not saying that, well, I mean, I'll say you have to, because that's like, you don't have to do shit. It would be nice if you took it into consideration. And it kind of makes your review a bit better and probably look a little less dickish if you did. That's not to say, again, that like you have to, and it's like your review's gonna be trash if you don't. That's not what I'm saying, nor is that even what I remotely think. I'm just saying that when I see people genuinely sit here and angry, argue, shit on stuff on Twitter, again, I get that it's your job, but like, it's not that serious. But it's a movie about Looney Tunes. The Looney Tunes. The Looney Tunes. I don't think it's for you. I really don't think you will enjoy it. And maybe that's just something that people don't want to understand. I don't know. The best you're gonna get that you're really gonna like is maybe nuanced memes here or there, references to things you don't know. But then again, how many kids cartoons have you rewatched nowadays where you see references that you're like, I didn't even understand that when I was a kid, but now I fucking do. Those references are not because they're trying to necessarily pander to your audience in the sense of like the entire movie, but it's just that's a normal thing in animation, is they take like little nuanced things that like adults would understand or people who are older would understand, so they're not just saying you're bored and irritated. It's like, example with my niece, I can watch Frozen or stuff like that with her because there are little things here and there that are kind of interesting or keep my attention as an adult, because yes, I'm gonna have to watch that movie 400 times. Do you know how many times I had to listen to Baby Shark? It got old fast. I can watch stuff like Frozen and shit because they have something that also grabs my interest, and so I can sit there and I can watch it 400 times with some kids and be like, yeah, no, I saw what Anna did. Did you see it? I saw her freeze. Did you see it? Oh my god, what's gonna happen? Like, I can do that because I can keep that interest. I feel like people don't get that just because there's something that you may like in it, or even if you may like it, doesn't mean it's really for you. And so I just feel like maybe we should just take that in consideration when we make critiques of certain things. You know what I mean? Especially when they're children's cartoons. Just take into consideration that when you watch something like Teen Titans Go, even though there are memes in there and funny bits and even references, like heavy references to the original Teen Titans, I'm not watching it. It's trash to me because it was not made for me. It was not made for my overall enjoyment. It was made for me to tolerate it, Well, my niece and nephew maybe watch. They're too young right now, but them maybe watch it, or my cousins watch it. That's it's for them. It's not for me. As much as I want it to be, or much as I wish it was, or much as I find little things funny here or there, it's not means for me. And that's not saying again that if you like enjoy it, that means something negative. It's just, I feel like we're becoming a little bit too entitled when it comes to this type of stuff. But then again, this is just ramblings at like 2 o'clock in the morning for me, because I saw a bunch of people whining, complaining on Twitter, which is, it's Twitter, you know. But that's all I have to say. And also, if you wonder why it's pink neon lights, so I would have them like change color while I'm talking. I feel like that's too distracting. I like the pink. I think it looks nice. I literally got this moon today, and even though I have so many LED type shit, but I love this one. It's my favorite right now. It's my fucking favorite right now. Anyways, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go to sleep. I promise. Maybe. Probably not. It's not probably gonna happen. I'll see you guys later.